Alright, so we're kicking off the day with some blue-red tempo. This is a deck that's near and dear to my heart, but in terms of overall competitiveness, it's probably a little bit lacking. The raw power level of what we're doing is a little bit low. It's basically a blue-red burn deck as the 12 burn spells here kind of show. We've got Snapcaster Mage as kind of a burn spell and Delver Secrets as well. We notably have 4 copies of Brazen Borrower today, so we're playing 8 3-mana 3/1s. Brazen Borrower is a bounce spell 3/1 split card, and as someone who's played Echoing Truth and other 2-mana bounce spells in the sideboard before, having a bounce spell that's main deckable seems very reasonable, especially because it's a bounce spell that then also gets to be a threat for us. So I'm interested to see how this goes. That can definitely generate some meaningful tempo for us without costing us a card. So let's go ahead and dive on into this Modern League and see how it goes. I blew away Moto completely yesterday after it would not launch. So hopefully, maybe we'll be fortunate and that'll help solve some of the constant lag issues in game. But, you know, I'm not holding my breath there either because Magic Online. Yeah, Moto is, I'm hesitant to say working because, you know, Moto's gonna Moto, but it launched. It launched this morning. Oh, you know what? I have my hotkeys wrong here. Oh, good. We've looks like we've queued into Dredge, which generally speaking is an unwinnable matchup for this archetype. And I don't know about Plague so much as just I have this cough that I just cannot shake. I've had it for a week and a half now. Well, we drew Remand. Maybe they have a Cathartic Reunion we can Remand. But in general, the answer to this matchup has always just been don't play against it. Just try and dodge. It looks like purging Magic Online and reinstalling it from scratch did not fix the issue that they introduced in the update last week where every game action my opponent takes just, you know, hard locks the client for a few seconds. So that's nice. Hey, thanks for 7 months, Dr. Jack. I appreciate that. Yeah, and this is, you know, I'm actually just gonna concede this match. I don't feel like playing it. It's basically impossible. It takes 15 seconds to concede the match even. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I want to do some amount of modern content still, but like with Moto, like at least when Arena gets getting worse, it doesn't like impact the actual quality of the play. But like the whole client has just been molasses for the last week. Like saps what little desire there was to actually engage with this client. What's this deck's turn 2 combo? I can't see. Well, we did just right-click concede the match to Dredge on turn 2. So you could argue that a game was ended on turn 2. All right. And oh, I have to reconfigure my stops. Like, why do we keep getting... Like, those are not my normal stops. Hey, Funk Agenda. Thanks for keeping on with that sub gift. Good to still have you around. Hope you're having an excellent Wednesday wherever you're at. It might even be right to keep the Spirebluff Canal just because it does... We do need double blue at some point for Brazen Borrower and Vendilion Clique, but I think I want to try and dig my way to a threat, so finding a Delver here is great. Yeah, Temple of Enlightenment is statistically at Nauseam, which is definitely a matchup we can win. I'm going to send this Wizard Lightning, just like blast them upstairs. That's what this matchup is about. Yeah, our hand's actually pretty good here, right? Like, I've got Mana Leak, I've got Spell Pierce, I've got 6 points of reach. You know, Disruption plus a clock. Do I want to reveal this card? I do not want to reveal the Scalding Tarn. So second blue source though, so like as far as like non-flips go, that's towards the top. I can put a stop on my turn so that way next turn I'll be able to, if there's a card on top that I don't want to draw, I can crack the fetch and fetch it away. Yep. I think I just let a Pentad Prism resolve here. And try and save the Mana Leak plus Spell Pierce for the turn where they actually try to combo. Peer through shallows. Something like that. You know, my timeout button's actually not working, Bulletproof Pope. I'm going to refresh my chat. So, we're going to reveal this Burst Lightning. I think we're also going to fetch it away, because I'd like to find Snapcaster Mages, more Spell Pierces, more Spell Snares, Remands. So, just do that. I feel like my average draw in this matchup is better than that. Moto doesn't actually shuffle when you shuffle, though, so, you know, I guess we'll take the Burst Lightning. The Burst Lightning does shave a turn off the clock, so we've got that going for us. I guess if we draw a 5th land here, it can actually take 2 turns off the clock, which is decent. Definitely want to Mana Leak this one because not only is it a combo piece for them, but it also gives them a lot more time against us because we have to like deal infect damage to kill them. Although, Brazen Borrower, having that in our deck is another reason to have this around. Take this upkeep step off. Perfect. So we drew that, so we can kick this Burst Lightning, and then have them dead next turn. We have a Spell Pierce up to potentially stop them from comboing. Actually, I can even Spell Pierce them this turn, and then with the Mutavault draw, I can Burst Lightning plus activate Mutavault to attack for lethal next turn. Which they could have an Angel's Grace to fog for a little bit, but that spends up one of their combo pieces, which is nice. They just have another unlife. That's unfortunate. It was a simpler time, Burgle. Simpler time. Alright, kick it. You know, watching the cards, like, slide out to the stack when I cast them, I 10 out of 10 bet that, oh, baby. Oh, baby. Watching the cards slide out to the stack, that's definitely something that's happening because that's almost certainly what's causing all the lag. All right, well, petty theft is on the scoreboard. Negates and Disdainful Strokes in for sure. I'm going to trim the Burst Lightnings and leave Bolt and Wizard's Lightning. The question is Abrade better than having a little bit of reach? I'm not sure that it actually is. You know, Spell Snare's not actually that good here. Maybe I trim that. It only tags Pentad Prism. And this destroys Pentad Prism and it destroys Lotus. You might want to Sinkhole to hedge Teferi. I mean, the 8 burn spells hedge Teferi just fine. Attacking hedges Teferi okay too. I have creature lands and stuff. So it's not like we're a control deck where we don't have ways to interact with it. Yeah, this hand's great. This is a hand where we bolt them on 1 and then we just like flash it Naked Snapcaster Mage on 2. Our opponent was very offended by our burn spells last game. So I guess that changes the bolt them on 1 plan. The good news is our opponent's basically taking a mulligan here, so that's nice. Morning in. Opponent's just like, I've had enough of your Burst Lightnings, Hogland. Yeah, I agree, Burgle. I don't know, I guess we were kind of a burn deck, right? Like, I dealt 10 to them with burn spells last game. Like, Delver attacked for lethal, but, like, we shortened the clock a lot with reach. Like I said when we were doing the deck tech for this deck, like, this is a blue-red burn deck. Alright. Have a timeout, Dons. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. People are so needy. Look, I'm human. I don't mind being nudged when I'm human and miss your notification, because I do like to acknowledge notifications, but like, don't like act like I'm your dad who forgot your birthday when I'm doing 3 things at once and then miss your notification. Y'all are great, but be the adults that I know you can be. I mean, when people do that, they're looking for acknowledgement, right? So timeout is appropriate, because that's the acknowledgement they were seeking. I think with how choked we are in mana, and how many counterspells we have in our hand, I'm just flashing another Snapcaster Mage here. Do we bounce Prism? No, I don't think so. I think I'm just like putting another 2-1 into play. This archetype plays Snapcaster Mage as a naked 2-1 with Flash more than any other deck I've ever played. Okay, so unless my opponent explicitly needed a different color of mana there, which they did not, opponent made a mistake by doing that. They definitely could have tapped this as a swamp, right? Oh, no, they can't. It's not Mana Confluence. Okay, no, I'm wrong. The deal of damage is not linked to the mana ability. It's just linked, it's just static on the card. So I would really love to draw another untapped land next turn so we can have double counterspell up. He's going for speed. He's all alone in this time of need. He's racing and pacing and plotting the calls. Do 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 do. Squad goals, chat. Squad goals. Brass plus port is old school sadness. Yep. Yep. Fourth land is awesome. Did I just bounce this Pentad Prism? Nah, I'm just gonna hold up double counterspell. Screw it. These ley lines really put in work for us. Yeah, I mean, they got my opponent to keep a kind of medium hand, right? My opponent basically just didn't do anything this game. Can't respond to that one. Just doesn't even wait for us to put the spell in the stack. Just noped right on out. Been playing Teamer Monsters on Arena. Deck was so good I bought it in paper. Yeah, it's really powerful. I played it off stream a little bit last night. I did update the list on my website after playing it a little bit more. I think Fabled Passage is not good enough in that deck, and I ended up cutting them from the mana base last night. They're just too awkward with the Boreal Grazer. I went up, I added a third temple, and I added, what did I do? I added third temple and another forest. Current list is on the site. Seen a bit, Paula. Walk to work is nice. Yeah, a Boreal Grazer, while it's bad with the Fable Passage, it's excellent with the Scryland, so that's really nice. Should deck be playing a Mystic Sanctuary? I don't know. It's an interesting idea. It's not technically card advantage, but like increases your card quality. This deck's not playing that many fetch lands is the thing. And basics are very valuable in Modern. Like not only for Blood Moon, but for Field of Ruin and Path to Exile. Yeah, I think the blue-black control deck felt really sweet. Drown in the Lock is super powerful. I was super, super impressed with that. Turn 1 Relic. I don't think I want to hold up Spell Snare on 1 here. I think I want to just get this into play tapped. Yeah, that's true. That's true too, Maven. We have a hard time. We have a hard-ish time bringing into play untapped. We've got like Mutavaults and Faerie Conclaves and a bunch of Spirebluff Canals. Could be Scrud Red. The Scalding Tarn could mean something else. There's also a lot of people just playing snow basics right now because snow cards are like real things, so it kind of disguises potentially what you're playing by just like playing snow basics in your deck. The Relic in play probably means these Snapcaster Mage are just like 2-1-ing again. Comes a 2/3 construct artifact creature. Alright, so probably something Scredish. The fetch land, maybe they're splashing the enchantment that makes a Merit Liege. Are the sub-messages just not coming up in chat? Are they not coming up on the alerts either? So I'm not crazy. I didn't know it did. It did. I just missed it again. I was just watching your VOD from yesterday when you said, I will tell Pence and he will tell Mother and she'll be disappointed I died laughing. Thanks for the 10 months, Smith. Is it not? Let me refresh my... The alert's not working this morning? Is that it? Reload those. That's aggressive. Are they missing a land drop? They might be missing a land drop. Them cycling through those makes these Snapcaster ranges better, so that's nice. Weird. Boshek's in there, but Vorsmith didn't pop up. Alright, there's one. The ultimate mistake. Someone on Reddit this morning made a comment about moving Trump's baby cages into the White House to throw him into one, and it gave me energy to start the day. Thanks for the 4 months. The old Dwarven Mine. Oh, I wonder if they're playing fetch lands just to have access to this card. That would make sense. I'm going to fetch a basic island here, because I think there's a good chance they're a Blood Moon deck. So I'm going to drop my 3/1 into play and start attacking here. Wouldn't be surprised if this eats a Scred or a Bolt, but need to get through those at some point here. I am going to shock this in. Am I? I was going to attack with this, but they actually have a 2/3, so that's a bad play. So, yeah, that was a mistake. I should have put Spirebluff Canal into play tap there. I, realized I was making a mistake as I clicked the land and put it into play. He's dead, Jim. You've killed him. It's a real shame Brazen Borrower can't bounce around things. Card would be absurd. Do I know why Moto wouldn't turn? I have no idea. I launched it after the stream and it opened like there were no issues. So I purged everything and reinstalled it just in case, but... Actually, I take that back. The reason why it wouldn't install yesterday is because Moto is an awful pile of garbage software. That's the answer to your question. The same reason it lags uncontrollably every time my opponent places an action on the stack now. I feel like Moto was like super jealous that Arena Moto is basically jealous of the new baby at home and was like, no, I'm the laggiest magic application anywhere. You won't take my title away from me. It's just like calm down, Moto. Calm down. I'm just gonna go ahead and attack for 2 here. When they replay Koth next turn, we'll Spell Pierce it. So I was gonna snap Remand, but Spell Pierce is gonna quickly turn into diminishing returns in this matchup. So I wanna get this Spell Pierce used while the Spell Piercing is good. If I'm being completely honest, if Moto continues to run like this for like if it doesn't get addressed, I don't know that I'm gonna keep playing Magic Online on the channel. Like, Modern's already a little bit of a slog, and like adding plus 5 seconds to every game action I take is like really miserable. Storm Breath Dragon. What if we remanded that one? Let's actually fire this up and attack them for 4 here. Next turn they'll play Storm Deity and we'll like Brazen Borrower them. One of my good IRL friends sent me a screenshot from the Bant Bo VOD where my donation popped up. I've been found out. Oh no, Beetle. They know your dirty little secret. Do 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 do. All right. You chose not to replay your dragon, so let's play Vendilion Clique. Hey Moonlight, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Unless they have like 2 or 3 removal spells here, this game should be pretty over. They could have 2 or 3 removal spells. They definitely play Bolts and Spreads. I have a Bolt to cut our way through this Bastion. Okay. They actually just have triple removal? Wow, they actually just have triple removal. Alright. Gotta unload these awkward 94 bits somehow. Well, thanks for sending some of them this way, Maven. Ooh, look at that. That one 1-for-1's Stormbreath Dragon, chat. It's exciting. Animate before blocks, kill it with fire. Put you to 8. Ooh. Sure. about if we Snap Bolt your face? We know their last card's Storm Breath Dragon, so if we Snap Bolt their face, we can go Animate Mutavault, Animate Faerie Conclave, Burst Lightning this, it gets out of the way, they die. We can also just burn them out. I fell off of Magic for a little bit and threw my Primal around, but now I'm back and ready to join Hoaglanding. And well, welcome back. Rotation's a great time to dive back in. Standard's great. It is a strange timeline in which we are living, Bulletproof Boat. This deck looks good when we're versus trash. Ain't that the truth? When our opponent's decks are worse than ours looks great. Alright, so Stroke and Negate both seem good here. Spell Snare seems like it leaves a little bit to be desired. Burst Lightning probably doesn't kill a whole lot. I guess it kicks to kill the dragon, but that's about it. I think I'd rather have my counter spells. This seems fine. Let's run it. To be fair, I think this deck has, like, reasonable matchups against things like humans. It's probably a bit of a dog to the Urza deck, but you've got some good tools there with your interactive cards. Like, I conceded the first match to Dredge, not just because this deck can never beat a tier 1 deck. I conceded the first match to Dredge just because fair decks are huge dogs to Dredge, even with sideboard respect. And, like, this deck, as constructed, has no sideboard respect for Dredge. I don't really go see movies, so no. The last couple of movies I've seen in a theater were, like, movies with the kids. Standard isn't just Field of the Dead. You know, I keep hearing people complain about Field of the Dead mirror matches, but you know what? In every Field of the Dead mirror match, both players chose to play Field of the Dead. So if you're someone who's upset that you're playing Field of the Dead mirror matches, maybe you should stop being an idiot and stop registering Field of the Dead. Every time I close my hand in the car door, it hurts. Maybe I should stop doing it. But then I wouldn't be able to complain that it hurts anymore. It's a tough decision. I'll never be able to figure it out. Teamer Oko, Teamer Friends. Yeah, I agree, Burgle. That's peak Magic player. Magic players, I only want to play the best deck. It would be great if I was the only one playing it. It's just, like, super, super true. Yeah, what if we didn't on that one? We are basically a burn deck. We'd prefer Dragon's Claw not be in play. Am I out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong. Opponent did mulligan low this game, so working on minimal resources. I don't have a threat in play just yet, but that's also not that big of a deal. Shouldn't this deck have Blood Moon in the side? Always remember, if you're going to make card recommendations here, make intelligent, reasonable card recommendations. Are you talking about my opponent's deck? The way I read that is you're recommending Blood Moon for us, but maybe you're recommending it for my opponent. Please crack this fetch land. Crack this fetch land, Daddy. My opponent's deck very likely has Blood Moon. I don't think Blood Moon solves any problems that we have. I think Alpine Moon is a much better card for solving problems that our deck actually has. People who think Field of Ruin would make Field of the Dead less good are unrealistic. I don't know where those people were last season, but Field of Ruin did not magically make Field of the Dead bad during M20 Standard. Wow, that's a Bone Crusher Giant. I don't really care about the 2 damage, but I think I'm mana leaking this because I kind of care about the 4/3. Maybe I shouldn't care about the 4/3. You want another blistering hot take about Standard? Most of your decks that you think are unplayable because they can't beat Field of the Dead would still be unplayable if Field of the Dead was banned. You'd just be complaining about Esper control instead of Field of the Dead. Instead of me telling you you're right, you're wrong, tell me why you're right, Zara. Why should you splash in that deck? What problem do you solve by splashing? Why is it worth doing? My opponent's deck is like 5 mana spells, so like stifling their land drop here seems good. I feel attacked, but it's warranted. Yeah, like there's always a best deck in the format. And the best deck always renders various tiers of other decks unplayable. It's just how Magic works. I think we're at the Cycle Fiery Isle portion of the game. But Jeff, my unplayable deck is Esper Control. Okay, fair. I'll give it to you if you're someone who's trying to play Esper Control. That Esper Control would probably be playable. Dear Moto, when there's one card in my bin and they activate my relic, please just exile the one card and don't make me click on it. Maybe I'm supposed to attack with Mutavault there. I probably have enough lands that I can have that die to a Scred and not care at this point. Can you imagine the lag if Moto had to make intelligent calls? All right, fair assessment. I accept your premise. See, I didn't notice the Moto lag because I'm only watching, but my god, the starting when yeah, just like every game action is just like glacial right now. There's a chance they don't get value off that card, but like they've also been missing a bunch of land drops, so I think I just wanna do that. I have no idea what the problem was yesterday. The client just literally wouldn't launch. DJ Jeff, thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. What do you want with these next-gen graphics? Yep. Alright, that resolves. Red Rover, let a 4/4 come over. Laying down the hammer indeed. So they're dead to a burn spell here. Whale poop. I think I'm just gonna leave them all of these. Yeah, it's not true. Let's take a bolt. So this puts them to 10. These attack for 5, so Snapcaster Mage and burn spells are lethal. Blue, red, burn. Do. They're dead to burn as a right to click our borrower to bottom. Nah, I don't think so. They're still dead to burn later, and borrower's like a good insurance plan. It's like another threat. Because my threats are like recurring burn spells, right? So like having another one of them is good. Like, I'm not, if I was dead on board, maybe I click myself and like try and hit it, but like, because I'm like not dead on board, it doesn't matter. I have time. I conceded to Dredge. Click the Tarn out of our hand. Yeah, click the Tarn out of our hand is not a legal play. I think this deck is fine. I also think it's never beating Dredge in a million years, so I didn't bother trying. Both of those things can be true simultaneously. I know a guy named Alex that might have tried that once. Yep, you're definitely not wrong. Okay, our opponent mulligan to 5, so they're either playing Tron or they're playing Dredge, or they're very unlucky. Hey, look at that. We have a shock. Yeah, we're 2-1 in the league, so we've won both the matches that we played. We beat Nauseam and we beat Red. Hey, look. They turned our Burst Lightning into a deal too, chat. Next time my fiance thinks I'm deaf, I'll show her my subscription and show her how early videos of the children shrieking these newbies have no idea how good they have it. You're not wrong. Thanks for the 30 months, JMP. That's like, it's like almost an entire Declan's worth of months. Yeah, we should play Lovestruck Beast because Delver turns it on. Yeah, Scion plussing on Questing Beast is very, very good. I like how the Thoughtseize appears in the stack before their land even taps. So I think I'm supposed to Spell Pierce this. Just because they know about this, so it's going to have diminishing returns. I also don't really want to trade my Clique for a Thoughtseize here, I don't think. This is the part where they play Liliana the Last Hope and we roll over. God bless Quote 69. Quote 69 is here to express how I feel without me having to say it. How do you propose to mathematically determine which is better? Delver versus Scary Terry. What's the math? I mean, Delver's better. You have enough instants and sorceries to, like, fart Terry with some consistency. You should probably just be playing Delver. Alright, I need to kill this 1-2 because I want my 1-1s to be able to attack next turn. Fun fact. At the Open that I top-8'd last year with this archetype, I had a game where I went turn 1 Delver, turn 2 double Delver, and I won the game on turn 6 or 7 with 3 unflipped Delvers in play. It's like, actually cast 3 Wandering Ones. I will donate $5 if the opponent plays Urza Pontiff next turn. God bless Burgle. I think I actually draw step click them here. Just because I don't have any other plays right, and they know the click is there. Yeah, not only does it play around Pontiff, but it plays around Lingering Souls a little bit too, right? Like, Lingering Souls is a card they're more likely to have than Pontiff. Wow. All right. As you will. Well, the Batterskull is eventually a creature, right? Man, are they gonna cycle this Silent Clearing? That would be so good for us. Plague Engineer is a real card they can have post-board. Hey, Brazen Borrower is not a wizard, right? Yeah, it's a fairy rogue. Sweet. Brazen Borrower plays around Plague Engineer, chat. It's just good deck building. Alright, flip the bolt. Flip the bolt. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Do. All right, any flip kills them next turn. Any flip kills them next turn. Don't go breaking my heart. It doesn't ever return. I just want to flip these Delvers and win this game. Do. Reveal it even if it's not an instant or sorcery. For the love of God, it is turn 6. Please. Ah! Ah! 6 turns, chat. 6 flipping turns of no flipping. Alright. I am pulling out the calculator. Alright. So 53. There's 21 cards we flip to in this deck. 5, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, 20, 21. So there were 18 left in my deck. I've drawn 5 cards in 6 turns. I want 1 success. Wow, we're actually not that unlucky. I should just assume I'm unluckier than I am. We're only 89% to hit there. That's super unfortunate. That's super unfortunate. Alright, so definitely want to braid here. I'm bring in one Magma Spray too. I think it's better than Spell Pierce. Opens Geometric Calculator, concedes game is the most Oglandian play possible. Yeah, to people wondering why I conceded there, Sword was protection of blue and red, so it was going to gain them 6, kill one of my creatures, and draw them an extra card and get, you know, just like game is out of reach. Yeah, if they didn't have sword, we were going to be able to win there. You could have ripped any burn spell off the top to kill them the turn after. Yeah, assuming they drew nothing, that's true. Yeah, and you know what else is funny? No, I wouldn't have 9 power, Burgle. They'd kill a Delver. If that stupid, not only did we fail to flip the stupid Delvers again that turn, but we hit exactly the second click. So they would have killed the click and you had another in hand. And not necessarily. So if that click had just been flipping Brazen Borrower, we would have won that game, right? If that had been a Brazen Borrower to bounce the Germ. Borrower is actually a really slick addition to this archetype. They were at 6, so I was going to 3. I was putting them to 3, and then they'd be going up to 9. Plus they'd be shooting something and drawing a card. Yeah. Yeah, get burst lightninged. Joke's on you, I don't have thoughts to seize. Thanks for the 2 free points of damage. Boros lightning, yep. I accept your premise, Burgle, that my tilt concession was premature. I was off it. Do you accept that I was off it? Delver is emotionally taxing. Ain't that the truth? Listen, Delver. Snapcaster Mage is taking one for the team here. Do not let his sacrifice be in vain. Do you hear me, Delver? Do not let his sacrifice be in vain. Delver, we literally just had a conversation about exactly this. This is how you repay the great sacrifice. I think I'm just attacking them. If they want to trade a Liliana Plus for my mountain, I'm okay with that. Alright, what do you got? Do I leave them all of these? Buns McKenzie. Thanks for the tier 1 sub. Yeah, I think I leave them all of these again. I could take their Lily, but the problem with taking their Lily is that if I take their Lily, they could draw a 1-mana removal spell, and like Stoneforge plus removal spell this turn could be bad for us. Most of us have an FBI guy watching us. Jeff has a watchy guy. Hey, thanks for the 5 months there, Rudo. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Supporting a content creator, $5. Getting a gift of speech and immediately asking for a timeout. Priceless. We got you. We aim to please. Are they playing another Stoneforge Mystic here? Like, why'd we do that? I wish like double Stoneforging? Sure. Yeah, lingering souls would be very devastating here. All right, so they're dead to a burn spell. They're dead to a Delver flip, right? Where have I read this book before? Opponent's dead to a Delver flip. We're dead to any instant or sorcery. Where have I read this book before? Now Moto's just screwing with me, right? Now Moto's just screwing with me. That's what this is. There's literally only 2 clicks in this build, too. So, 2 games in a row, it was actually just like, hey, here's a Vendilion Clique. Ha, 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 very funny. Good joke. God, maybe I shouldn't even attack the Liliana here. Alright, if they draw a land here, they can put in a sword, equip a sword, and attack. If they don't draw a land, we should be in an okay spot. And you know what? You playing engineer one time, Burgle. Stop it. What did I do to you, Burgle? What did I do to deserve this? What's funny is that we're actually more unlucky this game, right? Because there's 20 hits in our deck. So this time we were 92% to hit. I'm not blocking because I can't block. The good news is that in addition to any flip being lethal here, Snapcaster Mage is also lethal. No, that's not true actually, right? No, it's just a Burst Lightning, not a Lightning Bolt. Come on. Come on. Come on. I mean, they're going to 1, right? And their last card's Batterskull? No, that's not true. They drew a card from Sword of Fire and Ice. All right, they're at 1. Delver is such a good card. I agree. Unreal powerful. Maybe opponent will crack their fetch. Yeah, maybe. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. After this match, replace Delver with Bebknight for a more explosive turn 1. I mean, Bebknight would have been better these games, right? Would have outperformed Delver. Yeah, probably tracks. You play another Scraggan Hellkite too? Another Sarkin? Ever float your boat? What an incredibly frustrating game of Magic. Just a frustrating match. And like the Moto lag's not making it any better. It's like two games in a row where it's just like if we hit half of our deck for 3 turns, the opponent just can't win, not close. And just brick off horribly. I conceded there for people that are wondering why I conceded, because they have Batterskull in their hand and they're going to get to put it into play there. I don't even want to play. Let's play Standard. Modern blows and Modern kind of blows, and Magic Online sucks more than usual with this latest patch, so I don't know. I think this deck's fine. I think we statistically we would have been 3-0 in the matches that we played if we weren't just like an absurd degree of unlucky in those 2 games in the 3rd match. You're never beating Dredge. I just don't feel like slogging through another Moto match after that one, so let's play. Hey, thanks for the 10 months, Sunshine. Welcome back. Let's play some standard. We're gonna lead on some Grixis Alliance. We got a bunch of sweet standard decks today. We're gonna quick ad break before we do that so we can hit the quota back in a few.